Albania's government is defending its support for a concert by Kanye West that has caused outrage. Now, the rapper, also known as Ye, is performing in Albania after shows across Europe were cancelled over his anti-Semitic remarks, praise of Adolf Hitler and the use of Nazi imagery. Now, human rights activists and Jewish community representatives have warned that giving West this platform risks normalizing hate speech. But the Albanian government insists it's a chance to put Tirana on the global entertainment map. So is this a cultural breakthrough or a gamble that will backfire? Let's get more on this from journalist Besar Likmeta, who joins us from Tirana. Good to have you with us again. Now, the government changed an industrial area into a concert arena. They helped fund this concert. They've put in a lot of money, several million euros. Will they look at this and say it was worth it?
Well, it depends. I mean, certainly the government pretends that this certainly is going to be a successful event. It's going to attract thousands of people from across the world, bring millions of euros in revenues for the tourism and restaurant industry. And they claim that it's going to generate revenues up to 100 million euros only from this single event. But they've shown there is very little evidence for their claims. And certainly the success of the event can be questioned because only last week the prime minister had to step in and fund 4 million euros from emergency funding to make up for the lack of let's say ticket sales for the 60,000 stadium which was constructed on the outskirts of Tirana. So certainly it depends who you ask and how you define success.
I mean, there are lots of artists that they could pick. Why was the government so eager to make this particular concert happen?
This is a bad time for the Albanian government. It's been facing protests on the street on a daily basis for the last 42 days over a controversial development project linked to the son-in-law of US President Donald Trump on the southern Albanian coast in a protected area. These protests have, let's say, broadened their goal and asking for the government resignation, specifically for the resignation of Prime Minister Edi Rama, because they are now, the demands of the protesters are widening up into issues of good governance and the rule of law. And certainly the way the government has behaved in supporting basically this event, which is also a private event, has raised also questions not only about the use of public funds, but because the money allocated for it is much more than normal Albanian artists receive as subsidies in a normal year.
Just wondering, what signal do you think this then sends from Albania, from the government?
Well, it sends a signal that the government is aware that its image abroad has taken a hit with the Flamingo Revolution, the daily protests on Tirana streets, that questions have been asked by international media about corruption and ties to organized crimes and its links with the Albanian government, that this has tarnished the image of Prime Minister Edi Rama in Europe, but also in other countries. And they certainly wanted to put up a spectacle with this controversial artist and draw attention to Tirana and try to improve a little bit of the tarnished image.
And with this, adding to, of course, the protest you mentioned, will this cause the protest to continue, or do you think it doesn't affect it?
Well, the protests are continuing. As we speak, there is people marching on Tirana street, and this is another issue that they have brought up. Certainly, if this was meant to improve Albania's image abroad, but also quiet the protests at home, it has backfired spectacularly for the government and the Prime Minister, because this has created a furore about the spending of public money, but also certainly for, let's say, supporting this artist that is controversial and is not very well known in Albania. The government not only had to fill in with the ticket sales and spend millions of euros, but also has been distributing tickets to school children, teenagers, and members of the public administration for free to fill up the stands of this concert, which begs the answer if this is a real success as they're projecting it to be.
Journalist Besar Likmeta, thank you for that update.